You may wonder, what does it mean to do it alone? Is it a call to isolation? A rejection of the world around us? No, my beloved, it is quite the opposite. To do it alone is to recognize the divinity within you, to understand that you are the operant power in your world, and that all creation begins in the sanctum of your own mind. Consider for a moment the great masters throughout history. Did they not retreat into solitude to commune with the infinite? Did not prophets venture into the wilderness to receive their revelations? Even the Christ, in his moments of greatest significance, withdrew from the crowds to pray alone. This, my friends, is the essence of doing it alone, not in physical isolation, but in the realization that you, and you alone, are the author of your life story. Let us delve deeper into this concept. When I say do it alone, I speak of the inner work, the labor of consciousness that no one else can perform for you. It is the intimate dance between your imagination and the infinite possibilities that lie dormant within you. This dance, this sacred communion, can only be experienced in the privacy of your own being. Think of it this way. When you enter a dream at night, do you bring others with you? No, you enter that realm alone, and in that state you are the creator, the director, and the star of your nocturnal adventures. Your waking life, I assure you, is no different. You are dreaming it into existence with every thought, every assumption, every inner conversation. But some of you might protest, Neville, surely we need others in our lives. Surely we cannot exist in isolation, and to this I say, of course. The outer world, the people in your life, they are all vital and beautiful parts of your experience. But understand this, they are not the cause of your experience, they are the effect. They are the reflections of your inner state, the manifestations of your consciousness. When you truly grasp this, when you internalize the knowledge that you are the apparent power, you will see that all the help you need, all the love you seek, all the success you desire, it all begins within you. You do not need to manipulate others or beg the world for favors. You need only to adjust your inner state, to align your consciousness with your desires, and the outer world will rearrange itself to match your envision. This, my dear friends, is the true meaning of doing it alone. It is the recognition that you are not a mere fragment in a vast, uncaring universe, but that you are the universe itself, focused into this particular point of time and space. You are God in distribution, experiencing yourself through the vessel of your human form. Now let us explore how this principle applies to your daily life. Imagine you desire a new job, a position that fills you with excitement and purpose. The common approach would be to scour job listings, to network feverishly, to plead your case to potential employers. And while these outer actions may have their place, they are not the source of your success. Instead, I urge you to do it alone. Retreat into the theater of your mind. There in that sacred space, see yourself already occupying that position. Feel the satisfaction of doing work that inspires you. Hear the congratulations of your colleagues. Experience the pride of your loved ones. Make this inner experience so vivid, so real, that when you open your eyes, you will be surprised to find yourself still in your current circumstances. This, my friends, is the art of assumption. When you assume the feeling of your wish fulfilled, when you live from the end as if it were already a reality, you set in motion forces beyond your conscious understanding. The entire universe conspires to bring about the conditions that match your inner state. But remember, this is not mere positive thinking or idle daydreaming. This is a fundamental shift in your concept of self. You are not trying to change things, you are changing the thinker. You are revising your own identity to match your desire. Let me share with you a profound truth. The outer world is dead. Yes, you heard me correctly. The world you perceive with your senses is but a shadow, a reflection of past thoughts and assumptions. It has no power to create, no ability to cause. It can only reflect what you hold in your consciousness. This may seem a stark statement, perhaps even a disturbing one, but I assure you it is the key to your freedom. For if the outer world is dead, if it has no power to create or cause, then you are liberated from its seeming constraints. You are free to create anew, to assume a new state of consciousness, and to watch as the outer world reshapes itself to match your inner vision. This is why I implore you to do it alone. For in the solitude of your consciousness, in the privacy of your imagination, you hold the power to reshape your entire existence. No one else can do this for you. No external force can grant you this power. It is your birthright, your inherent nature as a creative being. Consider the great inventors and innovators throughout history. Did they not first conceive their creations in the solitude of their minds? Did not every great work of art, every scientific breakthrough, every technological marvel first exist as a seed in someone's imagination? These individuals understood perhaps intuitively, the power of doing it alone. But let us be clear, doing it alone does not mean you must physically isolate yourself from others. It does not mean you should reject help or collaboration when it presents itself. Rather, it means that you recognize that the primary creative act occurs within you. The outer actions, the physical steps you take, are simply the outward expression of an inner conviction. Think of it this way. When you plant a seed in the ground, do you dig it up every day to check its progress? Do you attempt to force the sprout to emerge, to manipulate the leaves into unfurling? Of course not. You plant the seed, you provide the proper conditions, and then you allow the innate intelligence within that seed to do its work. Your desires, your goals, your aspirations, these are seeds you plant in the fertile soil of your consciousness. Your task is not to force them into manifestation through sheer will or endless action. Your task is to plant them properly, to nurture them with your assumption of their fulfillment, and then to allow them to grow and manifest in their own divine timing. This is the art of doing it alone. It is the recognition that you are the gardener of your own mind, the cultivator of your own reality. No one else can plant these seeds for you. No one else can assume the sealing of their fulfillment on your behalf. This is your sacred duty, your divine right, and your ultimate power. Now, some of you may be thinking, but Neville, what about the challenges I face? What about the obstacles in my path to this? I say these challenges, these obstacles, they are not what you think they are. They are not external forces conspiring against you. They are not proof of your limitations or your unworthiness. No, my dear friends, these challenges are invitations. They are calls to go deeper into yourself, to strengthen your conviction, to purify assumption. Every obstacle you face is an opportunity to do it alone, to retreat into the workroom of your imagination, and to revise your concept of self. Remember, the outer world can only reflect what you hold in consciousness. If you accept the obstacle as real, if you allow it to shake your conviction, then you give it power over you. But if you recognize it for what it truly is, a shadow, a reflection of past thoughts, then you can dissolve it in the light of your new assumption. This is why I often speak of revision. When you face a challenge or encounter an undesirable circumstance, do not accept it as final. Do not allow it to define your reality. Instead, in the privacy of your imagination, revise the event. See it unfolding as you would have preferred. Feel the relief, the joy, the satisfaction of this revised version. You might ask, but Neville, how can I revise something that has already happened? And to this, I say time is an illusion. The past, present, and future exist simultaneously in the eternal now of your consciousness. When you revise an event in your imagination, you are not changing the past in a linear sense. You are selecting a different version of events from the infinite possibilities that exist in the dimension of consciousness. This is the power of doing it alone. In the solitude of your mind, you can revise any event, reshape any circumstance, and redefine any aspect of your life. The outer world, bound as it is to reflect your inner state, must then rearrange itself to match your new assumption. But let us delve even deeper into this concept of doing it alone. It is not merely about manifesting specific desires or revising unwanted events. It is about a fundamental shift in your understanding of who and what you are. You see, my beloved, when I speak of doing it alone, I am pointing you towards the realization of your true identity. You are not the limited mortal creature you appear to be. You are not defined by your circumstances, your past, or the opinions of others. You are, in truth, the very essence of creation itself, temporarily focused into this particular point of view. This is why no one else can do it for you. This is why all the self-help books, all the motivational seminars, all the well-meaning advice from friends and family, while potentially useful, can never be the source of your transformation. They can point the way, they can offer techniques and insights, but the actual work, the sacred labor of consciousness, can only be done by you, alone, in the depths of your being. Consider for a moment the story of Moses receiving the 10 Commandments. He did not bring the multitudes with him to the top of Mount Sinai. He ascended alone into the cloud of unknowing to commune with the divine. This story, like all great spiritual allegories, is not about an external historical event. It is about the inner journey that each of us must undertake. You, my dear friend, are Moses. The mountain is your own consciousness. The cloud is the mystery of your own being. And the commandments, they are the laws of your own nature, the principles by which you create your reality. But you must ascend alone. You must enter the cloud alone. You must receive the revelation alone. This solitary journey is not a burden, but a privilege. It is the recognition of your divine nature, your innate creative power. When you truly understand this, when you fully embody this truth, you will never again feel alone in the common sense of the word. For you will know that you are one with the source of all creation, that you are the very substance from which all things are formed. Now let us consider how this principle of doing it alone applies to your relationships with others. Some of you might worry that this teaching promotes selfishness or isolation. Nothing could be further from the truth. When you learn to do it alone, when you recognize your own divine nature, you become capable of truly loving others. You see, most human relationships are based on need, on the belief that we are incomplete without the other. We seek in others what we believe we lack in ourselves. But when you know that you are complete, that you contain within yourself the fullness of being, then your relationships transform. You no longer approach others from a place of lack or need, but from a place of fullness and love. This is the paradox of doing it alone. It enables you to connect more deeply with others. For when you no longer need others to complete you, you can appreciate them for who they truly are. You can love them freely without conditions or expectations. You can allow them to be themselves without trying to change them to fit your needs. Consider the sun. Does it shine only on those it deems worthy? Does it withhold its light from those it judges undeserving? No, it shines on all equally, giving of itself freely and abundantly. This is how you will relate to others when you master the art of doing it alone. You will be like the sun, radiating love and creativity, not because you need anything in return, but because it is your nature to do so. But to reach this state, you must first do the inner work alone. You must confront your own shadows, face your own fears, and dissolve your own limiting beliefs. This is not always easy. It requires courage, persistence, and faith. But I assure you, my dear friends, the rewards are beyond anything you can imagine. For when you learn to do it alone, you discover that you are never truly alone. You realize that you are one with the creative power of the universe. You understand that all things are possible to you, for you are the very substance from which all things are formed. This is why I often speak of the state of wish fulfilled. When you enter into the feeling of your wish fulfilled, when you live from the end as if your desire were already a reality, you are doing it alone in the true sense. You are not waiting for external circumstances to change. You are not dependent on the actions or approval of others. You are creating from within, shaping your reality through the power of your assumption. But remember, this is not about forcing or struggling. It is not about willpower in the conventional sense. It is about aligning yourself with the natural creative process of the universe. Just as a seed does not strain to become a tree, you do not need to strain to manifest your desires. You need only to assume the right state of consciousness, to feel the naturalness of your wish fulfilled, and then to allow the outer world to reshape itself accordingly. This allowing, this trust in the process is itself a form of doing it alone. For it requires you to release your attachment to external results, to let go of your need to control the how and when of your manifestation. It asks you to have faith in your own creative power, to trust in the wisdom of your own being. Think of a great artist at work. When they stand before a blank canvas, do they doubt their ability to create? Do they worry about where the paint will come from or how the brushes will move? No, they simply begin, allowing the creative impulse to flow through them. They trust in their own artistic vision, in their own creative power. You, my dear friend, are the artist of your own life. Your consciousness is the canvas, your imagination the brush, and your assumptions the paint. And like the artist, you must trust in your own creative power. You must have faith in your ability to shape your reality. This faith, this trust, is the essence of doing it alone. It is the recognition that all the power you need is already within you. It is the understanding that you are not separate from the creative force of the universe, but are that very force itself, focused into this particular point of view. Now, let us address a question that may arise in your minds. Some of you might be thinking, but Neville, if I am doing it alone, if I am the creator of my reality, why do I sometimes experience unwanted circumstances? Why do I face challenges and difficulties? This is a profound question, and it strikes at the heart of our discussion. The answer lies in understanding the nature of consciousness and the process of creation. You see, your outer world is not created by your conscious thoughts alone. It is shaped by the totality of your consciousness, including your deepest beliefs, your habitual thoughts, and even the aspects of yourself that you may not be consciously aware of. When you experience unwanted circumstances, it is not a failure of your creative power. It is simply a reflection of some aspect of your consciousness that you may not have fully recognized or addressed. This is why doing it alone is so crucial. It requires you to delve deep into your own being, to confront and transform the hidden beliefs and assumptions that may be shaping them in reality in ways you don't consciously intend. Consider for a moment the concept of self-talk, the inner conversations you have with yourself throughout the day. These conversations, often occurring below the level of conscious awareness, are powerful creative forces. They are, in essence, the way you do it alone all the time, whether you realize it or not. If your inner conversations are filled with doubt, fear, or limitation, then these states will be reflected in your outer experience. But the wonderful news is that you have the power to change these conversations. You can consciously choose new thoughts, new assumptions, new inner dialogues that align with your desires. This is not about forced positive thinking or denying the reality of your current circumstances. It is about recognizing that your inner world is the true creative realm, and that by changing your inner conversations, you inevitably change your outer world. Let me share with you a technique that I have found particularly powerful in this regard. I call it eavesdropping on your future self. Here's how it works. Imagine yourself in the future, having already achieved your desire. Listen carefully to the conversations you would be having in that state. What would you be saying to yourself? What would others be saying to you? Now bring those conversations into your present. Begin to speak to yourself as if your desire were already fulfilled. Have imaginary conversations with others where they congratulate you on your success. Feel the naturalness of these conversations, the ease with which they flow. This technique is a powerful way of doing it alone. It allows you to align your inner world with the reality you wish to create, regardless of your current circumstances. And as you persist in these new inner conversations, you will find your outer world beginning to shift and change to match your world. But remember, my dear friends, this is not about escaping reality or living in a fantasy world. It is about recognizing the true nature of reality itself. What you perceive as the real world is simply the outpicturing of consciousness. By changing your consciousness, you literally change your world. This is why I often say that there is no such thing as fiction. Every story, every imagined scenario exists as a reality in the dimension of consciousness. When you imagine yourself in a desired state, you are not creating something new. You are tuning into an already existing reality, a version of yourself that already possesses what you desire. Your task then is not to create this reality, but to align yourself with it. This alignment happens within you, in the privacy of your own consciousness. It is a solitary act, a sacred communion between you and the infinite possibilities that exist within you. This is the deepest meaning of doing it alone. It is the recognition that you are the operant power in your world, that you are the one who selects and animates the particular version of reality you experience. No one else can do this for you. No external power can grant you this ability. It is your inherent nature, your divine birthright. But let us be clear, doing it alone does not mean you must struggle or strain. It does not mean you must cut yourself off from others or reject help when it is offered. Rather, it means recognizing that the primary creative act occurs within you, in the realm of your imagination and assumption. Think of it this way when you go to sleep at night. Do you worry about how your heart will continue to beat, how your lungs will continue to breathe? Of course not. You trust in the innate wisdom of your body to carry out these functions without your conscious control. In the same way, when you plant a seed in your consciousness through imagination and assumption, you can trust in the innate creative power of your being to bring it to fruition. Your role is to plant the seed, to nurture it with your faith and expectancy, and then to allow it to grow and manifest in its own divine timing. This allowing, this trust, is itself a form of doing it alone. It requires you to release your attachment to external results, to let go of your need to control every aspect of the manifestation process. It asks you to have faith in your own creative power, to trust in the wisdom of your own being. Now, some of you may be wondering, but Neville, what about action? Don't we need to take action in the world to achieve our goals? This is an excellent question, and it brings us to a crucial point in our discussion. Action is indeed important, but not in the way most people think. You see, inspired action flows naturally from a changed state of consciousness. When you have truly assumed the feeling of your wish fulfilled, when you are living from the end, the appropriate actions will arise spontaneously. You will find yourself naturally doing the things that lead to the goal, manifestation of your desire. This is very different from the common approach of trying to force results through sheer willpower or endless activity. Such forced action often comes from a place of lack or fear, and it rarely leads to lasting fulfillment. Instead, when you do it alone, when you change your state of consciousness first, your actions become effortless expressions of your new state of being. Consider the example of learning a new skill, like playing a musical instrument. At first, your actions may feel forced and unnatural. You have to consciously think about every movement, every note. But as you practice, as you begin to embody the state of being a musician, your actions become more fluid, more natural. You no longer have to think about every little movement. The music simply flows through you. This is how manifestation works when you truly understand the principle of doing it alone. You don't force the outer actions. You change your inner state, and the appropriate actions flow naturally from that state. But there's an even deeper truth here, my dear friends. As you advance in your understanding and application of these principles, you may find that less and less outer action is required. For when you are truly aligned with your desire and consciousness, the entire universe moves to bring about its manifestation. This is what I mean when I say that creation is finished. All possible states, all possible versions of reality already exist in the dimension of consciousness. Your task is not to create these realities, but to select and animate the one you desire through your assumption and feeling. This selection, this animation happens within you. It is a solitary act, a sacred communion between you and the infinite possibilities that exist within you. This is why no one else can do it for you. This is why you must do it alone. But remember, doing it alone does not mean you are separate or isolated from the world around you. Quite the opposite. When you master the art of doing it alone, you realize your oneness with all of creation. You understand that the entire universe is yourself pushed out. That every person and every circumstance in your life is a reflection of your own consciousness. This realization is profoundly liberating, for it means that you are not at the mercy of external circumstances. You are not a victim of fate or chance. You are the author of your own story, the creator of your own reality. But with this great power comes great responsibility. For if you are the creator of your reality, then you must take full responsibility for your life experience. You can no longer blame others for your circumstances. You can no longer see yourself as a victim of external forces. This responsibility may seem daunting at first, but I assure you, it is the key to your freedom. For when you take full responsibility for your life, you reclaim your power to change it. You recognize that if you created your current circumstances through your assumptions and beliefs, you can create new circumstances through new assumptions and beliefs. This is the essence of doing it alone. It is the recognition that you are the operant power in your world, that you are the one who selects and animates the particular version of reality you experience. No one else can do this for you. No external power can grant you this ability. It is your inherent nature, your divine birthright. But let us delve even deeper into this concept. When I say do it alone, I am not just referring to the manifestation of specific desires or the achievement of particular goals. I am pointing you towards a fundamental shift in your understanding of who and what you are. You see, my beloved, you are not the limited, mortal creature you appear to be. You are not defined by your body, your circumstances, or your personal history. These are but costumes you wear, roles you play in the grand drama of existence. Your true identity is far greater, far more magnificent than you can possibly imagine. You are, in essence, the very consciousness from which all things arise. You are the dreamer of this dream we call life. When you truly grasp this, when you fully embody this truth, the idea of doing it alone takes on a whole new meaning. For you realize that there is no other to rely on, no external source of power or wisdom to appeal to. You are it. You are all there is. This realization can be both exhilarating and terrifying. It means that you are fully responsible for your experience of life. It means that you can no longer blame others or circumstances for your situation. But it also means that you have the power to change anything and everything in your life. Consider for a moment the implications of this truth. If you are the dreamer of your life, then everything and everyone in your experience is a reflection of your own consciousness. The people you interact with, the circumstances you encounter, the very world you perceive, all of it is you, pushed out. This is why doing it alone is so crucial. For if everything is a reflection of your consciousness, then the only place where change can truly occur is within you. The outer world, being a reflection, can only change when you change. But here's the beautiful paradox. When you fully embrace the idea of doing it alone, when you take complete responsibility for your life experience, you also realize your profound connection to all of existence. For if you are the dreamer of your life, and if everything in your experience is you pushed out, then you are, in a very real sense, everything and everyone. This realization dissolves the illusion of separation. It reveals the underlying unity of all things. And from this place of unity, True love and compassion naturally arise. For how can you not love others when you recognize them as aspects of yourself? This is why the great spiritual teachers throughout history have emphasized self-realization. They understood that true transformation, true liberation can only come from within. They knew that each of us must make this journey alone, must discover our true nature for ourselves. But make no mistake, my dear friends, this journey of self-discovery, this process of doing it alone is not always easy. It requires courage, persistence, and faith. It asks you to question everything you thought you knew about yourself and the world. It challenges you to let go of old beliefs and limitations. There may be times when you feel lost or confused. There may be moments when you doubt yourself and this teaching. This is natural. It is part of the process. But I urge you to persist, for on the other side of this struggle lies a freedom and a joy beyond anything you can currently imagine. Remember, you are not alone in this journey. While you must do the inner work yourself, you are supported by the very universe you are creating. Every challenge you face, every obstacle you encounter is an opportunity for growth and self-discovery. It is your own higher self calling you to awaken to your true nature. As you continue on this path of doing it alone, you will begin to experience life in a completely new way. You will no longer feel at the mercy of external circumstances. You will no longer seek validation or approval from others. You will stand firm in the knowledge of your own divine nature, your own creative power. From this place of inner certainty, you will find that life begins to flow with an ease and grace you never thought possible. Opportunities will seem to arise spontaneously. Desires will manifest with surprising speed and in unexpected ways. You will experience a deep sense of peace and fulfillment, regardless of outer conditions. But perhaps the most beautiful transformation will be in your relationships with others. As you learn to do it alone, as you discover your own completeness, you will no longer approach relationships from a place of need or lack. Instead, you will come from a place of fullness, of love freely given without condition or expectation. You will see others not as separate entities to be manipulated or controlled, but as beloved aspects of yourself, as unique expressions of the same consciousness that you are. This shift in perception will transform all your relationships, bringing a depth of love and understanding you may have thought impossible. And as you move through the world from this state of consciousness, you will naturally inspire others. Without effort or intention, you will serve as a living example of what is possible. Your very being will be a testament to the power of doing it alone, of taking responsibility for one's own consciousness. But remember, my dear friends, this is not about becoming some perfect, flawless being. It is about embracing all aspects of yourself, including your perceived flaws and weaknesses. For these too are part of the magnificent tapestry of your being, part of the unique way in which the infinite expresses itself through you. Doing it alone means loving all of yourself, accepting all of your experiences as part of your journey of self-discovery. It means recognizing that even your mistakes and failures are opportunities for growth and deeper understanding. As you continue to apply these principles, as you persist in the practice of doing it alone, you will find that your entire perception of life begins to shift. What once seemed solid and fixed will reveal itself to be fluid and responsive to your consciousness. The world will become a living, breathing reflection of your inner state. You will begin to see that every person, every circumstance, every experience in your life is a gift, a perfectly orchestrated opportunity for you to know yourself more fully, to express your divine nature more completely. Even the challenges and difficulties you face will be recognized as sacred invitations to grow and evolve. This shift in perception, this new way of experiencing life, is the true fruit of doing it alone. It is the realization of your divine nature, the embodiment of your creative power. It is the fulfillment of your purpose as a unique expression of the infinite. But let me be clear, my beloved, this state of consciousness is not some distant goal to be achieved in the future. It is not something you need to strive for or earn. It is your true nature, your natural state of being. It is available to you here and now, in this very moment. All that is required is a shift in your assumption, a change in your concept of self. And this shift, this change, can only occur within you. It is something you must do alone. So I urge you, my dear friends, embrace this teaching. Take it into your hearts and minds. Test it in the laboratory of your own experience. For it is only through your own direct experience that you will truly understand the power and the beauty of doing it alone. Remember, you are not separate from the creative power of the universe. You are that very power, focused into this particular point of view. You are the operant power in your world, the author of your own story, the creator of your own reality. Embrace this truth. Live from this understanding. Do it alone. And watch as your world transforms before your very eyes. And now, my beloved, as we draw this discourse to a close, I want you to take a moment to reflect on all that we have discussed. Feel the truth of these words resonating within you. Know that you have within you all the power you need to shape your life, to create your reality, to fulfill your deepest desires. Go forth from this place with a new understanding of your true nature, a new appreciation of your creative power. Let every thought, every feeling, every action be an expression of this truth. Live from the state of your wish fulfilled, knowing that as you do so, you are shaping the very fabric of your reality. Remember, my dear friends, you are never truly alone, for you are one with the source of all creation, one with the infinite possibilities that exist within consciousness. In doing it alone, you align yourself with this infinite power, this boundless creativity. So step boldly into your divine inheritance, claim your rightful place as a conscious creator, as a living expression of the infinite. Do it alone, and in doing so, discover your inseparable oneness with all that is. May your journey be filled with joy, with wonder, and with the deep satisfaction that comes from living in alignment with your true nature. May you always remember the power that lies within you, the divine creativity that expresses itself through you. And above all, may you never forget that you are loved, you are supported, and you are infinitely powerful. For you are God in distribution, experiencing itself through the unique and beautiful expression that is you. Go now and do it alone. Create the life you desire. Be the person you wish to be. For in truth, you already are that person. You need only to recognize and embody this truth. Thank you, my beloved, for your attention, for your openness, and for your willingness to explore these profound truths. May your life be a testament to the power of doing it alone, a shining example of what is possible when we fully embrace our divine nature. And with that, I bid you farewell, knowing that we are never truly separate, for we are all one in the grand tapestry of consciousness. Until we meet again, in this form or another, remember you are the operant power. You are the creator. You are divine. Now go forth and do it alone. You may wonder, is such a feat possible? I assure you, not only is it possible, but it is your birthright. For you see, the power to manifest your desires has always resided within you. It is not something to be acquired, but rather something to be remembered and awakened. Let us begin by understanding the fundamental principle upon which this science rests. Your world, your reality, is nothing more than an outward projection of your inner state of consciousness. Every circumstance, every person, every event in your life is a reflection of your beliefs, assumptions, and mental attitudes. This is the first and most crucial realization on your path to mastery. Imagine, if you will, that your mind is a garden. Your thoughts, beliefs, and assumptions are the seeds you plant in this garden. The life you're experiencing right now is the harvest of those seeds. If you're dissatisfied with your current harvest, the solution is not to wrestle with the fruit, but to change the seed. This is where many seekers falter. They attempt to change their world by manipulating external circumstances, unaware that the outer world is but a shadow of their inner world. They chase after effects, ignorant of the cause that lies within their own consciousness. But you, my dear friends, are here today to transcend this limited understanding. You are here to become conscious creators, masters of your reality. And the key to this mastery lies in one simple yet profound practice, the art of assumption. To assume means to think from the end. It means to inhabit the state of your wish fulfilled, not as a future possibility, but as a present fact. This is the secret that has been hidden in plain sight throughout the ages. It is the pearl of great price, the philosopher's stone that transmutes the lead of current circumstances into the gold of desired realities. Now, you might ask, how do I assume? How do I think from the end? The answer lies in your God-given gift of imagination. Your imagination is the very workshop wherein you can construct the inner conversations and mental seeds that persisted in will harden into fact. Let me illustrate this with a simple exercise. Close your eyes for a moment and imagine yourself in a scene that would imply the fulfillment of your desire. If your desire is for financial abundance, see yourself looking at a bank statement with a balance that thrills you. Feel the emotions that would accompany such a sight. Hear the words you would speak, the conversations you would have if this were your reality right now. This, my friends, is the art of assumption in action. You are thinking from the end, embodying the state of your wish fulfilled. And here's the miraculous truth. To the extent that you can make this imaginal act feel natural and real to you, to that extent will it objectify itself in your outer world. But remember, this is not mere daydreaming or wishful thinking. This is a deliberate, conscious direction of your imagination. It is an act of faith, for faith is nothing more than loyalty to your unseen assumption. And it is through faith that the invisible becomes visible, that the imaginable becomes actual. Now you might wonder, why 48 hours? Can I truly master this science in such a short time? The answer lies in the nature of consciousness itself. You see, consciousness is the only reality. All things exist within it. And it takes no time for consciousness to assume a new state. The moment you successfully embody a new state in your imagination, the seed is planted. The 48 hours we speak of is not for the planting, but for the cultivation of that seed. In these 48 hours, you will learn to persist in your new assumption, regardless of the evidence of your senses. For the outer world, bound as it is by the law of time and space, may take a while to reflect your inner change. But make no mistake, once the seed is planted and nurtured, its manifestation is inevitable. This brings us to another crucial aspect of our science, the law of reversibility. Just as heat produces motion, motion can produce heat. Similarly, while feeling creates circumstance, circumstance can create feeling. This is why it's vital to guard your mental diet, to be selective about the thoughts and assumptions you entertain. In these 48 hours, you will learn to become aware of your mental conversations, those incessant inner dialogues that shape your world. You will learn to consciously choose thoughts and inner conversations that align with your desired state. For it is these mental conversations persisted in that will reshape your world. Let me share with you a powerful technique to aid you in this practice. I call it revision. At the end of each day, before you sleep, review the events of your day. But here's the key: revise any event that was not to your liking. See it unfold in your imagination exactly as you would have wished it to be. Feel the satisfaction, the joy, the fulfillment of experiencing it in this revised manner. This practice serves two purposes. First, it trains your mind to focus on the desired state rather than the current reality. Second, it demonstrates your power as a conscious creator. For in the world of imagination, there is no limitation. You can revise any event, any circumstance exactly as you desire it to be. As you engage in this practice over the next 48 hours, you will begin to feel a shift in your consciousness. You will start to experience what I call the naturalness of your desired state. This is a crucial milestone on your journey to mastery. For when your desired state feels more natural to you than your current reality, its manifestation is at hand. Now let us delve deeper into the nature of consciousness and its relation to the world of manifestation. Consciousness, my dear friends, is not confined to the boundaries of your physical form. It is infinite, eternal, and all-encompassing. Your individual consciousness is but a focal point of this universal consciousness, much like a wave is a focal point of the vast ocean. Understanding this truth is crucial to mastering the science of manifestation. For it means that all things, all possibilities, all potential realities already exist within your consciousness. You are not creating something new when you manifest your desires. Rather, you are selecting and embodying a state that already exists within the infinite sea of consciousness. This understanding liberates you from the limitations of time and space. It frees you from the belief that your desires are out there somewhere, waiting to be attained. Instead, you realize that they are already within you, waiting to be assumed and expressed. In these 48 hours, you will learn to navigate this infinite sea of consciousness with precision and purpose. You will discover that shifting from one state to another is as simple and natural as moving from one room to another in your home. All it requires is your decision and your assumption. But here, my friends, we must address a common pitfall on the path to mastery. Many seekers, upon learning of their creative power, fall into the trap of trying to manipulate specific events or people. They attempt to use their imagination to control the how of their manifestation. This is a mistake, and it often leads to frustration and disappointment. Remember, the outer world is a reflection of your inner state. When you assume the state of your wish fulfilled, where you embody the consciousness of already being, doing or having what you desire, the outer world must rearrange itself to match this new state. But the manner in which it does so is not your concern. Your role is to assume the state of the wish fulfilled and to persist in that assumption. The means and methods by which your desire will manifest are the domain of that infinite intelligence that orchestrates the universe. Trust in this intelligence. Have faith that once you have planted the seed in consciousness, it will grow and bear fruit in its own perfect way in time. This brings us to another crucial aspect of our science: detachment. Detachment does not mean indifference. Rather, it means to be so confident in the reality of your assumption that you can relax and allow it to unfold naturally. It means to live from the state of your wish fulfilled without anxiety or desperation about its manifestation in the outer world. In these 48 hours, you will cultivate this art of detachment. You will learn to rest in the assurance that what you have assumed in consciousness must objectify itself in your world. This assurance, this knowing, is the mark of a true master of manifestation. Now let us turn our attention to a powerful tool in our manifestation toolkit, the use of affirmations. Affirmations, when used correctly, can be a potent means of reshaping your subconscious beliefs and assumptions. However, the key lies in understanding the true nature of effective affirmations. An affirmation is not merely a positive statement repeated mechanically. It is a statement of truths spoken from the state of your wish fulfilled. When you affirm, you are not trying to convince yourself of something. Rather, you are declaring a truth that you have already accepted in consciousness. For example, if your desire is for financial abundance, a powerful affirmation might be, I am so grateful now that I am financially free. As you speak these words, feel the relief, the joy, the sense of security that would accompany this state. See yourself living this truth. Hear the inner conversations you would have if this were your reality right now. In these 48 hours, you will learn to craft and use affirmations that resonate with your desired state. You will discover how to infuse these affirmations with feeling and conviction, transforming them from mere words into powerful seeds of manifestation. But remember, the power of your affirmations lies not in the words themselves, but in the state of consciousness from which they are spoken. This is why feeling is the secret. The feeling of the wish fulfilled, embodied and expressed through your affirmations, is the catalyst that brings your desires into manifestation. As we progress deeper into our 48-hour mastery journey, let us explore the concept of living in the end. This phrase, living in the end, encapsulates the essence of our science of manifestation. It means to live, think, and act from the consciousness of already being the person you desire to be, of already having what you wish to have. Living in the end is not about pretending or play acting. It is about fully embodying the state of your wish, fulfilled in your imagination, to the point where it feels more real and more natural to you than your current circumstances. This is the state from which miracles spring forth, where the seeming impossible becomes possible. In these 48 hours, you will practice living in the end with unwavering focus and devotion. You will learn to maintain this state regardless of the evidence of your senses. For remember, your senses only show you the effects of past thoughts and assumptions. They cannot show you the new cause you are setting in motion through present assumption. This practice of living in the end will require vigilance and persistence. You must guard your thoughts, your inner conversations, and your mental diet with the same care and attention that you would give to any valuable possession. For indeed, your state of consciousness is your most valuable possession, the very substance from which your world is shaped. As you persist in living from the end, you may encounter what seems like opposition or contradiction in your outer world. This is perfectly natural and to be expected. The outer world, bound as it is by time and space, may take a while to fully reflect your new inner state. But do not be discouraged by this seeming lag. Instead, see it as an opportunity to strengthen your faith, to deepen your conviction in the reality of your assumption. Remember, the outer world is nothing more than a shadow, a reflection of your inner state. As you maintain your new state of consciousness, this shadow must by immutable law reshape itself to match the new inner reality. Your task is not to wrestle with the shadow, but to be steadfast in your new assumption. Now let us delve into a powerful technique that will aid you in maintaining your desired state. The use of inner conversations. Your inner conversations are the dialogues you have with yourself and with others in your imagination. These conversations are incredibly potent, for they are direct communications with your subconscious mind. In these 48 hours, you will learn to consciously craft and engage in inner conversations that align with your desired state. If your desire is for a loving relationship, for example, you might imagine hearing a close friend congratulate you on your wonderful partnership. Feel the joy and gratitude as you respond, confirming the reality of this loving relationship in your life. These inner conversations, when imbued with feeling and repeated with consistency, become a powerful force in reshaping your subconscious beliefs and assumptions. And as your subconscious beliefs change, your outer world must change to match them. But remember, the key to effective inner conversations lies in their naturalness. They should not feel forced or artificial. Instead, they should flow as easily and naturally as any actual conversation you might have. This naturalness is a sign that your new assumption is taking root in your subconscious mind. As we approach the midpoint of our 48-hour journey to mastery, let us address a question that often arises: what about action? Do I simply imagine and affirm, or must I also act in the physical world? This is a crucial point, and one that is often misunderstood. Action, my dear friends, is indeed a vital part of the manifestation process, but it is not action as the world commonly understands it. It is not about forcing or struggling or manipulating external circumstances. Rather, it is about inspired action, action that flows naturally from your new state of consciousness. When you successfully assume the state of your wish fulfilled, when you truly live in the end, you will find yourself naturally inspired to take actions that align with this new state. These actions will not feel like effort or struggle. Instead, they will feel natural, even inevitable, as if you are simply playing the part that has been assigned to you. In these 48 hours, you will learn to recognize and follow these inspired actions. You will discover that as you live from the state of your wish fulfilled, opportunities and circumstances will present themselves that perfectly align with your desire. Your role is simply to step into these opportunities, to play your part in the unfolding drama of your manifestation. This is the true meaning of the biblical injunction to stand still and see the salvation of the Lord. It does not mean to be passive or inactive. Rather, it means to be still in your assumption, to be unwavering in your faith, and from this state of stillness to watch as the path to your desire naturally unfolds before you. Now let us turn our attention to a powerful tool that will accelerate your mastery of this science, the practice of acting as if. This technique is a natural extension of living in the end, but it brings your assumption into your physical world in a tangible way. To act as if means to behave in your outer world as you would if your desire were already a reality. If your desire is for a successful career, for example, you would carry yourself with the confidence and poise of a successful person. You would make decisions and interact with others from the mindset of someone who has already achieved the success you desire. In these 48 hours, you will practice acting as if with dedication and consistency. You will discover that as you align your outer behavior with your inner assumption, you create a powerful resonance that accelerates the manifestation of your desire. But remember, acting as is not about pretending or deceiving others. It is about aligning your outer expression with your inner truth, the truth you have accepted in consciousness. It is about bringing your entire being, your thoughts, your emotions, and your actions into harmony with the state of your wish fulfilled. As we delve deeper into our exploration of the science of manifestation, let us address a concept that is often misunderstood, the role of desire itself. Many spiritual teachings advise against desire, seeing it as a source of suffering or attachment. But in our science, desire plays a crucial and positive role. Desire, my dear friends, is the voice of God within you. It is the creative impulse of the universe seeking expression through you. Your desires are not random or meaningless. They are calls from your higher self, invitations to grow, to expand, to more fully express your divine nature. In these 48 hours, you will learn to honor your desires, to see them as sacred messages from your deeper self. You will discover that as you align with your true desires, as you assume the state of their fulfillment, you are not being selfish or materialistic. Rather, you are fulfilling your divine purpose, expressing more of your true nature, and in doing so, enriching the world around you. But here, we must make an important distinction. There is a difference between pure desire and neediness or desperation. Pure desire comes from a place of fullness, of knowing that you are already complete and whole. Neediness, on the other hand, comes from a place of lack, of feeling incomplete without the object of your desire. In our science of manifestation, we work with pure desire. We assume the state of our wish fulfilled not because we need it to be happy or complete, but because it is a natural expression of who we truly are. This distinction is crucial, for manifestation born of neediness often brings with it new problems and dissatisfactions, while manifestation born of pure desire brings genuine fulfillment and joy. As we enter the final stretch of our 48-hour journey to mastery, let us explore a concept ties together everything we have discussed, the law of assumption. This law states that whatever you assume to be true, whatever state you occupy in consciousness, must express itself in your outer world. The law of assumption is not something external to you. It is not a force that you must appease or manipulate. Rather, it is the very nature of consciousness itself. It is the mechanism by which the formless realm of pure potential takes on form and expression in the physical world. In these final hours of our journey, you will deepen your understanding and application of this law. You will discover that every moment of your life, you are making assumptions. These assumptions, whether conscious or unconscious, are shaping your reality. By becoming aware of your assumptions and consciously choosing those that align with your desires, you become a deliberate creator of your life experience. As we approach the culmination of our 48-hour mastery, I want to emphasize a crucial point: persistence. The power of your assumption lies not in making it once, but in maintaining it consistently. There may be times when your outer world seems to contradict your inner assumption. In these moments, your persistence is key. Hold fast to your assumption, knowing that the outer world must eventually conform to your inner state. Remember, my dear friends, that you are not alone in this journey. You are supported by the very fabric of the universe, by the infinite intelligence that pervades all things. As you master this science of manifestation, you align yourself more fully with this intelligence. You become a conscious co-creator with the divine, expressing more of your true nature and potential. In closing, I want to remind you that what we have explored in these 48 hours is not mere theory or philosophy. It is a practical science, a method that has been proven time and again by those who have applied it with understanding and persistence. You now hold in your hands the key to shaping your reality, to manifesting your deepest desires and highest aspirations. Go forth now and apply what you have learned. Live from the state of your wish fulfilled. Persist in your assumptions. Act from the consciousness of already being the person you desire to be. And watch in awe as your world transforms to match your inner state. For you are the operant power, the conscious creator of your life experience. In realizing this truth and living from it, you step into your true power and fulfill your highest destiny. Imagine, if you will, that the universe is not some distant impersonal force, but rather an intimate part of your very being. It is the canvas upon which you paint the masterpiece of your life, responding to every brushstroke of your imagination. To learn how to talk to the universe is to master the art of creation itself. Let us begin by understanding that your thoughts, your feelings, and your deepest beliefs are the language through which you converse with this infinite intelligence. Every moment of your day, whether you are conscious of it or not, you are engaged in a continuous dialogue with the universe. The question is, are you speaking the language of lack and limitation? Or are you articulating a symphony of abundance and possibility? The universe, in its infinite wisdom, does not judge your desires. It does not deem one wish more worthy than another. It simply responds to the vibration of your being, to the unwavering certainty of your imagination. When you learn to align your inner conversations with the outcomes you desire, you tap into a power that can reshape the very fabric of your reality. Consider for a moment the times when you have wanted something deeply. Perhaps it was a new job, a loving relationship, or a sense of inner peace. Did you approach these desires with a sense of lack, constantly affirming to yourself and the universe that you did not have them? Or did you embrace the feeling of already possessing that which you sought? This, my friends, is the crux of effective communication with the universe. It is not enough to merely wish for something. You must assume the feeling of the wish fulfilled. You must live from the end, experiencing in your imagination the joy, the satisfaction, and the gratitude of already having received your desire. Let me share with you a fundamental truth that has the power to transform your life. The universe knows no distinction between what you vividly imagine and what you consider to be reality. Your imagination is the very workshop wherein you forge the instruments of your future experiences. When you imagine with feeling, with conviction, you are literally shaping the course of events to come. But how, you may ask, does one begin this practice of imagination? How does one learn to speak so convincingly to the universe? The answer lies in the art of revision and in the cultivation of a disciplined imagination. Revision is the process by which you rewrite the script of your past and present experiences. If you have encountered a situation that was less than desirable, do not let it calcify into a fixed point in your personal history. Instead, reimagine it. See it play out in your mind's eye exactly as you would have wished it to be. Feel the emotions associated with this new version of events. Let every fiber of your being resonate with the joy and satisfaction of this revised experience. By engaging in this practice, you are not merely indulging in wishful thinking. You are actively recalibrating your relationship with the universe. You are demonstrating your power as a conscious creator, showing the universe that you are no longer willing to be a passive recipient of circumstances, but rather an active participant in the shaping of your reality. As you become more adept at revision, you will find that your natural state becomes one of positive expectation. You will approach each day with the certainty that wonderful things are unfolding for you. Shift in consciousness is profound, for it alters the very frequency at which you vibrate, attracting experiences that resonate with your new state of being. Now let us delve deeper into the practice of disciplined imagination. Your imagination is not merely a playground for idle fantasies. It is the most powerful creative force at your disposal. When you learn to direct your imagination with purpose and precision, you are literally programming the universe to respond in kind. Begin by setting aside time each day for focused imaginal work. Find a quiet space where you can relax and allow your mind to become receptive. Close your eyes and begin to construct in your mind's eye a scene that implies the fulfillment of your desire. Make it as vivid and as detailed as possible. Engage all your senses. If you desire a new home, feel the texture of the doorknob as you enter. Smell the fresh scent of your favorite flowers arranged in the entryway. Hear the sound of laughter echoing through spacious rooms. As you construct this scene, allow yourself to become fully absorbed in it. Do not merely observe it as a spectator, but step into it as an active participant. Feel the emotions that would naturally accompany the realization of your desire. Let joy, gratitude, and a deep sense of fulfillment wash over you. This imaginal act is not a mere rehearsal for some future event. It is in the deepest sense the event itself. For in the realm of imagination, where all possibilities exist simultaneously, you have already received that which you desire. Your task now is to remain faithful to this imaginal act, to return to it night after night, impressing it ever more deeply upon your subconscious mind. As you persist in this practice, you will begin to notice subtle shifts in your outer world. Circumstances will begin to rearrange themselves, almost magically, to bring about the conditions necessary for the realization of your imagined state. People, events, and opportunities will appear in your life as if summoned by an unseen hand. This is the universe responding to your inner conversation, to the unwavering certainty of your imagined reality. But remember, my dear friends, that this practice requires patience and persistence. The seed of your desire, once planted in the fertile soil of your subconscious mind, must be given time to germinate and grow. Do not dig it up every day to see if it has sprouted. Trust in the unseen forces that are working on your behalf. Your role is to maintain an unwavering faith in the reality of your imagined state. This faith is not a blind hope that something might happen in some distant future. It is a deep knowing, a profound certainty that on a level beyond physical sight, your desire is already fulfilled. As you cultivate this faith, you will find that your entire perception of the world begins to shift. You will start to see evidence of your desire manifesting everywhere you look. This is not mere coincidence. It is the natural result of your aligned inner conversation with the universe. Let us now explore another powerful aspect of communicating with the universe, the use of affirmative prayer. Unlike traditional forms of prayer, which often come from a place of lack or supplication, affirmative prayer is a declaration of that which is already true in the realm of imagination. When you engage in affirmative prayer, you are not asking the universe for something you do not have. Instead, you are acknowledging and giving thanks for that which is already yours in the invisible realm of potential. This form of prayer aligns you with the creative power of the universe, allowing you to speak your desires into existence with authority and conviction. Begin your affirmative prayers with phrases such as, "I am so happy and grateful now that," or "Isn't it wonderful that," follow these openings with statements that describe your desire as if it were already a present fact. Feel the emotion of gratitude wash over you as you articulate these statements. Let every word resonate with the certainty of your imagined reality. As you make this practice a regular part of your day, you will find that your entire being begins to vibrate at the frequency of your desires. You become a living, breathing affirmation of the life you wish to create. The universe, ever responsive to the signals you emit, will begin to mirror back to you the reality you have so clearly defined in your imagination. But let us not forget, my friends, that effective communication with the universe is not a one-way street. It is not merely about broadcasting your desires into the void. It is also about developing the ability to listen, to attune yourself to the subtle guidance that is always available to you. This guidance often comes in the form of intuition, those quiet hunches and inner promptings that seem to arise from nowhere. As you cultivate your relationship with the universe, you will find that these intuitive flashes become more frequent and more pronounced. They are the universe's way of directing you toward the path of least resistance to the manifestation of your desires. Learn to trust these intuitive nudges. Act on them, even when they seem to defy conventional logic. For in following your intuition, you are aligning yourself with the infinite intelligence of the universe, which sees the bigger picture and knows the shortest route to the fulfillment of your desires. As you become more adept at listening to this inner guidance, you will find that your life begins to flow with an effortless grace. Doors will open where before there were walls. Synchronicities will abound, as if the entire universe is conspiring to bring you exactly what you need, exactly when you need it. Now let us address a crucial aspect of communicating with the universe that is often overlooked, the importance of detachment. This may seem paradoxical at first. How can you be detached from something you desire so deeply? The key lies in understanding that detachment does not mean indifference. It means releasing your grip on the how and when of your manifestation. When you cling too tightly to a specific outcome or timeline, you create resistance. You send a message to the universe that you do not trust its infinite wisdom to bring about your desire in the best possible way. This resistance can actually slow down or even prevent the manifestation of your desires. Instead, cultivate an attitude of relaxed expectancy. Know with absolute certainty that your desire is fulfilled in the invisible realm, and trust that it will materialize in the physical world in divine timing. This state of relaxed expectancy allows the universe to work on your behalf, orchestrating events and circumstances in ways that your limited human perspective could never conceive. Remember, the universe has access to infinite possibilities. By remaining open and detached, you allow it to bring about your desire in ways that may far exceed your original vision. You may find that what manifests is even better than what you had initially imagined. As you practice this art of detached manifestation, you will discover a profound sense of peace and trust in the unfolding of your life. You will no longer feel the need to control every aspect of your experience. Instead, you will move through life with a sense of excited anticipation, knowing that wonderful things are constantly unfolding for you. Let us now delve into another powerful technique for communicating with the universe, the use of symbolic representation. The subconscious mind, which is your direct link to the creative power of the universe, thinks in symbols and images. By consciously choosing and working with symbols that represent your desires, you can bypass the critical faculty of your conscious mind and impress your intentions more deeply upon the subconscious. Choose a symbol that for you represents the fulfillment of your desire. It could be an object, a color, a number, or even a simple geometric shape. Infuse this symbol with meaning through your focused attention and emotion. See it in your mind's eye, associated with the feeling of your wish fulfilled, and carry it with you throughout your day. You might wear jewelry that incorporates your chosen symbol or place representations of it around your living space. Each time you encounter this symbol, let it serve a reminder of your end commitment to your desire. Feel once again the emotion of having already received that which you seek. This practice creates a powerful feedback loop between your conscious intentions and your subconscious mind. Over time, the mere sight of your chosen symbol will automatically evoke the feeling of your wish fulfilled, reinforcing your communication with the universe and accelerating the manifestation process. Now, my dear friends, let us address a question that often arises when one begins to seriously engage with the practice of conscious creation. What about the desires and free will of others? How can we communicate our desires to the universe without infringing upon the autonomy of those around us? The answer lies in understanding the true nature of creation. When you imagine a scene that implies the fulfillment of your desire, you are not manipulating others or bending them to your will. You are simply aligning yourself with a version of reality in which your desire is fulfilled. The universe, in its infinite wisdom and creativity, will bring about the circumstances necessary for the realization of your imagined state in a way that honors the free will of all involved. Your task is not to dictate the specific actions of others, but to hold steadfast to the feeling of your wish fulfilled. Trust that the universe will orchestrate events in a way that serves the highest good of all concerned. This approach allows for the manifestation of your desires while maintaining respect for the divine spark within every individual. As you deepen your practice of communicating with the universe, you may find that your desires themselves begin to shift and evolve. This is a natural and beautiful part of the process. As you align more closely with your true self and the infinite potential within you, you may discover that what you once thought you possessed pales in comparison to the grand vision that now unfolds before you. Embrace these shifts in desire. They are signs of your spiritual growth and expanding consciousness. The universe is guiding you toward experiences that will bring you the greatest joy and fulfillment, even if they differ from what you initially set out to manifest. This brings us to another crucial aspect of effective communication with the universe, the practice of gratitude. Gratitude is not merely a polite response to receiving something you desire. It is a powerful creative force in its own right. When you cultivate an attitude of genuine gratitude, you align yourself with the abundance of the universe. Begin and end each day by counting your blessings. Take time to truly feel grateful for all that you already have in your life. This practice shifts your focus from what is lacking to what is present, abundant and beautiful in your experience. As you do this, you will find that more and more things come into your life for which to be grateful. Moreover, practice gratitude for your desires as if they were already fulfilled. Give thanks for the perfect job, the ideal relationship, the radiant health that you seek to manifest. Feel the emotion of gratitude as intensely as you can, knowing that in the realm of pure potential, your desire is already a reality. This practice of preemptive gratitude is one of the most powerful ways to communicate your desires to the universe. It aligns your entire being with the frequency of abundance and receptivity. The universe responds to this vibration by bringing you more experiences that match this feeling of gratitude and fulfillment. As you become more adept at communicating with the universe, you will find that your life takes on a quality of magic and wonder. Synchronicities will abound. You will find yourself in the right place at the right time, meeting exactly the right people to assist you on your journey. This is not mere coincidence. It is the natural result of your aligned communication with the infinite intelligence that permeates all of existence. But remember, my friends, that with this power comes responsibility. As you learn to consciously create your reality, it becomes increasingly important to examine your deepest beliefs and intentions. Are you creating from a place of love, abundance, and a desire to contribute to the greater good? Or are you motivated by fear, lack, or the need to control others? The universe will respond to whatever seed you plant in the fertile soil of your subconscious mind. Therefore, it is crucial to cultivate thoughts, beliefs, and intentions that are in harmony with your highest self and the greatest good of all. As you do this, you become a powerful force for positive change in the world. Your very being radiating love, joy, and abundance to all those around you. Let us now explore the concept of living in the end. This principle is at the heart of effective communication with the universe. To live in the end means to inhabit, in your imagination and your emotional state, the reality where your desire is already fulfilled. It means to think, feel, and act from the perspective of already being the person who has received that which you see. This practice requires a radical shift in consciousness. Instead of seeing your desire as something in the future that you must strive and struggle to attain, you recognize it as a present fact in the invisible realm of potential. Your task is simply to align your thoughts, feelings, and actions with this already existing reality. Begin by asking yourself, how would I think, feel, and act if my desire were already fulfilled? What would my daily routine look like? How would I carry myself? What kind of conversations would I have? Then, to the best of your ability, begin to embody these states in your daily life. This is not about pretending or engaging in wishful thinking. It is about recognizing the creative power of your consciousness and choosing to align it with the version of reality you wish to experience. As you consistently live from this state of fulfillment, you will find that your outer world begins to rearrange itself to match your inner experience. Remember, the universe does not distinguish between what you imagine with feeling and what you experience in the physical world. By living in the end, you are sending a clear and consistent message to the universe about the reality you choose to inhabit. The universe, in its infinite responsiveness, will bring about the conditions necessary to match your inner state. As you practice living in the end, you may encounter moments of doubt or uncertainty. This is natural and to be expected. The key is not to fight against these doubts, but to gently and persistently return to the feeling of your wish fulfilled each time you choose to realign with your desired reality. You strengthen your communication with the universe and accelerate the manifestation process. Now, let us delve into the power of your inner conversations. Every moment or day you are engaged in a continuous dialogue with yourself. These inner conversations shape your beliefs, your expectations, and ultimately your reality. To effectively communicate with the universe, it is crucial to become aware of and deliberately shape these inner dialogues. Begin by paying attention to the habitual thoughts and self-talk that run through your mind. Are they supportive of your desires? Do they affirm your worthiness to receive that which you seek? Or do they undermine your efforts with doubt, criticism, and limitation? Once you become aware of your inner conversations, you can begin to consciously redirect them. Replace thoughts of lack and limitation with affirmations of abundance and possibility. Instead of dwelling on past failures or current challenges, focus your inner dialogue on the successful achievement of your desires. Speak to yourself with the same kindness, encouragement, and unwavering belief that you would offer to a beloved friend. As you master the art of positive inner conversation, you will find that your entire vibration shifts. You begin to radiate confidence, certainty, and positive expectation. This vibrational shift is instantly recognized by the universe, which responds by aligning circumstances and opportunities to match your new inner state. Remember, my dear friends, that learning to communicate with the universe is not a destination but a journey. It is a process of continuous growth, refinement, and expansion. As you practice these principles, you will experience moments of profound alignment and miraculous manifestation. You will also encounter challenges and apparent setbacks. Embrace all these experiences as opportunities for growth and deeper understanding. Trust in the perfect unfolding of your journey. Know that every experience, whether perceived as positive or negative, is guiding you toward the fullest expression of your dear potential. As you maintain this trust and continue to align your thoughts, feelings, and actions with the reality you wish to create, you become a powerful creator with the universe. In closing, I invite you to step fully into your power as conscious creators. Recognize that you are not separate from the universe, but an integral part of its infinite intelligence and creativity. As you learn to communicate clearly and consistently with this intelligence, you unlock the boundless potential within you. Go forth with courage, with joy, and with the unshakable knowing that the universe is always listening, always responding, always guiding you toward the highest expression of your true self.